Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and that was something to behold. I'm here to recap game 123 of the regular season. Astros absolutely demolished the Mariners 15-1 in just a Seattle dismantling this afternoon. What a afternoon, I guess I should say, for the Astros. Wow, that's all I can really say. So, 15-1, how do you get there? Well, it starts with a beautiful play by Taylor Jones to keep it a 0-0 game in the top of the first. Kyle Seager coming around, trying to score, and then the ball gets to Taylor Jones in the outfield. Taylor Jones, who was not supposed to get the start in the outfield today, was slated to start at first base. Injury, slight one, I think it was a bit of soreness. If I'm not mistaken, it said shoulder soreness for Chas McCormick, and that's the reason Taylor Jones moved to the outfield. Now, Chas McCormick seems fine because he did pinch hit later in the game, so I'm not going to be too concerned about that. But Taylor Jones on his first play in left field of the day, where, again, he wasn't even supposed to be there, just an absolute dime home, just fires a strike into Maldonado, gets Kyle Seager, magnificent play. I believe that was his first outfield assist of his career, and he made it a pretty nice one. That made it a tied game, or kept it a tied game going into the bottom of the first, where the Astros would get their first run. Altuve doubles, then Brantley moves him over with an RBI, or with not an RBI, but with a ground out. Correa then scores him with an RBI ground out. Small ball. It's not the most entertaining thing, but it works, and I'll take it. That would be it for the Astros scoring in the first, and it wouldn't take long for them to just completely burst the game wide open. Third inning, Jacob Wilson triples, his first extra base hit of his major league career. There's been a lot of triples recently. It's kind of funny. So he triples. A wild pitch to Maldonado would score him to make it a 2-0 ball game. Maldonado would eventually strike out. Altuve with an infield hit. Brantley flies out. Correa walks. And then Yordan Alvarez with another one. He homers. 5-0 Astros. Yordan Alvarez is pretty fun to watch. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but he's pretty good at this whole baseball thing. Then in the fourth inning, Taylor Jones, because he is on a tear right now, homers, 6-0 Astros. In the fifth, the Astros would bat around. It started with an Altuve double, his second of the day. Brantley would single to score Altuve, which made it a 7-0 ball game. Correa would fly out. Yordan would strike out, but the Astros were nowhere close to done. Yuli Gurriel singles. Jones doubles to score Brantley. That made it an 8-0 ball game. After that, Jake Myers would single to score a pair that made it a 10-0 ball game. And it's getting out of hand at that point. Jacob Wilson doubles his second extra base hit of his career. That made it 11-0. A wild pitch would move him to third. Maldonado would walk. Altuve would single. 12-0 at that point. Brantley would fly out. But what an inning for the Astros. Just unbelievable. 6-run inning. They batted around. Magnificent. Now in the sixth, Mitch Haniger would homer to make it a 12-1 ball game. I shed a tear. It's nothing. Because then in the bottom half of the inning, the Astros would get back on the board. Correa lines out. Yordan walks. Yuli doubles. Jones triples. Again, triples are becoming a thing now. 14-1. Myers with a very, very deep sac fly made it a 15-1 ball game. And then Wilson grounds out. But oh my goodness gracious. What an afternoon for the Astros offensively. And beyond that, what a game pitching-wise. Not too shabby there either. If we want to look at the pitching, Jake Odorizzi, he got the win today. He actually looked pretty solid. 5 2/3, only gave up 4 hits, did walk, 4 guys, but it's fine because he got 8 strikeouts. That's pretty nice. Only gave up 1 run. Not a bad afternoon for Jake Odorizzi. Pretty solid. Phil Maton went an inning and a third. He walked a guy and gave up a hit, but got out of it without any runs. That's a positive. Blake Taylor went an inning, got out of it with any runs. That's good. And then Pedro Baez, to finish the game, did give up a walk, but got a pair of strikeouts. The Astros get a nice win. Then we can look offensively. And yesterday, I criticized a little bit for the home run. Well, actually, I didn't criticize. I defended it. The home run sort of messing up runners in scoring position. Today, the Astros were 6 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Magnificent. Only left 3 men on all day. That's a fantastically low number. And then, who didn't cash in offensively? Altuve with a 4 for 5 game. Altuve will never get that 5th hit in a game. He can't. I don't know where it's written in the rules, but I don't think he can legally do that. He also scored 3 runs today and drove in a run. Michael Brantley had a 2-hit game. Shocker, shocker there. Surprise Pikachu face. He had an RBI and a run scored. You can just keep doing down the list. Correa had a walk and an RBI ground out. He would also score a run. Yordan Alvarez had the home run with 3 RBIs and a pair of runs scored with a walk. Yuli had a pair of hits and a pair of runs scored. Taylor Jones was only a single short of the cycle. He was magnificent today. 4 RBIs for him. A 3-hit day, his first of his career. 3 runs scored as well. Jake Myers had a home run, or had a hit. 3 RBIs, also scored a run. Magnificent day from him. It just keeps going. Jacob Wilson, who's just sort of a bench player that you kind of forget is even there, in a multi-hit game today and was a big contributor. Maldonado had, a lot happened with Maldonado at the plate, but he didn't do anything directly, but he still got on base. The Astros had a redonkulous game offensively today, and there's nothing I can critique. These are 2 of the most complete wins I've seen from the Astros. The starting pitching's done pretty well, or very well in yesterday's case, and I think today as well, overall. Starting pitching's been great, the bullpen's been great, the offense has been on another planet. You score 12 runs in a series, and that might be the high point. To this point, that's the lowest run total, which is magnificent. That's really it for today's game. Absolutely, again, I can't emphasize this enough. Fantastic. Tomorrow we play at 2:10 Eastern, 1:10 Central. We will send Framber Valdez to the mound. He rolls in with a 3.16 ERA. They will send Taylor Anderson to the mound. He rolls in with a 4.10 ERA. And I'll be here after that. So that's all I have to say for today. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And as always, go Astros.